Hello, and welcome to True You Power Week. Ooh, it's going to be juicy, it's going to be good, and I am thrilled that you are here. So, day one, the key of clarity and power currency. Oh my gosh, this is a fun one, this is a juicy one, this is a challenging one. So, the whole vibe is getting out of your head and into your body and coming back to neutral, really. That's like clarity comes in once you move from you get clarity. So, what do I mean by that? So, a lot of people think that they have to prove or convince people of your worthiness, and most people are doing this on the subconscious. You're not even conscious that you're doing it. It seeps in by anxiety, making yourself small, people pleasing, all of the ways that we feel like we have to prove and convince that we are worthy of being a badass queen. And really, you're just born with that. When you connect with people and start conversations, a lot of times it's about someone else or it's about them. So I'm going to go with people pleasing on this one. So you're really focusing on them and pleasing them. And when it is about them, it is not about you. And then this transposes into our everyday thoughts, right? So when you think, I'm not good enough, you think you have to prove yourself because you don't think that you've got all of this badass power inside of you, right? So the way to shift this energy, the way to shift this thought pattern, so you want to do a pattern interrupt, and there will be resistance here, y'all. There will be pushback. It just is natural. It is part of the human experience to be like, I don't want to do the work. That's funny that I'm calling it that. But like when these emotions come up, you have an automatic thing that you do. So when you start talking about someone else and you have these emotions and you want to please them, or you start thinking about someone else and you're like, oh, I need to do it like this for them, and then everything will be perfect or everything will feel amazing because I want to please them. I want to do it for them, instead of coming back to your center, your true north, and choosing what is correct for you, because that ultimately ends up being the best for them. So it's like when you're exhausted and you're tired and you're not bringing your best you forward because you're exhausted and tired. So when you have rested and you have nourished yourself, you can show up at your best. So it's the same when you're clearing out those crazy thoughts in your head that are keeping you from standing in your power, right? So clarity and power currency. So to get clear is the energy shifts when you focus on you, right? And not the others. You can then see clearly and feel yourself clearly. That is really the ticket. So once you've cleared all of these thoughts and you've come back to neutrality, you've come back to clarity because you've taken all the noise out, that is when you can feel in your own body and you have to ask questions. So this is why the resistance comes up, because you'll be like, ooh, should I buy this shiny thing? Should I do this? Should I do this? A lot of shoulds will come up. That's the resistance part. It's like, should I? And you're like, no, I shouldn't, because, good girls don't do that. So that resistance will come up. But once you're able to clear all of that out and get really real with yourself and be like, what exactly is it that is the best move for me? And then when you come up with an answer, you run it through your body. Your body is like a tuning fork, and it will light up. It lights up when it is the correct move, right? So I also call this like body testing. I do it all the time where I'm like, oh, muscle test it, body test it, to see if it is a true yes, or if it's just the yes that sounds correct in your head or to your subconscious because you should be doing it. And again, no judgment. We all do this. I still do this on the daily. My little, you're not good enough. No one's going to want that. Why would you think that's cool? All of these things come up for me. So I want to normalize that. That is absolutely 100% going to happen. And you might not even know it's happening. It could be happening on the subconscious, right? So when these things come up in your life, in your conversations, when you're thinking in bed, wherever it comes up, what I want you to do is just take a breath. Just take a breath and come back to you, not all the noise, not all the thoughts. Come back to you. Feel your energy shift and then re-ask the question. Should I go to the party? Like, is this a real yes? Is this a real no? And then when the answer comes, if it feels like cringy or like squeezing, then that's a no. But if it feels like, ooh, yes, like I want to dive into that juicy pot of honey, that's a yes, right? And this is going to take time. This is going to take many times of doing this and many times of like the resistance coming up and then breathing and coming back to center. So you can really find that clarity, because when you get that clarity and you can feel you, these are true desires. These are true needs. These are true wants. Like, this is the gold. This is the juicy, juicy, yummy, yummy pot of honey stuff. And it is inside you and only you. You're not going to get this from someone else. You're not going to get this from the outside, right? So this is how patterns come up. This is how we tell ourselves these stories, like the story of you're not good enough, the story of you don't have the qualifications, you don't have the skills. Like, nobody starts out with the qualifications. Nobody starts out with the skills, right? You have to learn them. So when it comes to standing in your own power and authority and competence, you have to learn that. You must go through practicing being a fucking badass queen. And it starts here. It starts with when you get jazzed up about something, you want to come back to center, back to neutrality, back to clarity, and make choices and moves from there. It'll be wonky in the beginning. It'll feel a little bit off, a little bit wobbly. Totally normal. Totally normal. And then one day, you'll be able to just, something will happen. You'll have that energy arise. You'll be able to just tune back into your spine, to your true north, to your center, and then move. Still make moves that are in, I want to say your best interest, but I know that can spark some interesting thoughts or feelings there, but it's like a true you move, right? So this is true you power, and power currency lives inside of you. Energy is an exchange. So when you're having a conversation, when you have wants, when you want to call things into your world, into your life, into your field, when you want to call in power, when you want to call in material things, it all has to come from a place of neutrality and clarity so that you can stand in your energy. It doesn't always have to be this badass queen power energy, but just your energy, your gnosis, your knowing. And when you are in that place, and when you are standing in that place, and when you are moving from that place, you are in your power. Like, you know that it's your truth, and anyone can say anything or do anything, and you're going to stand there and be like, but I know that for me, it is this, because I feel it inside of me, in my bones. And it doesn't mean that they're wrong in any way or that you're the ultimate right. It just means that you have a knowing, and now you know how to move instead of being like, oh my God, I want to please them. Oh my God, this is what I should do. This is what I want to do. At least I think I want to do it, or whatever is happening in that moment. And we're all going to be different there. When you can clear that noise, when you can come back and know what you want and know how to move, that is the power move. The power move is just simply knowing what the heck it is you want, and then you can move in that direction. You can see clearly what they're offering, what they're bringing to the table, if that does align with exactly what you want, what you're bringing to the table. You don't only have to play with what's in their field and what's on the table that they brought. What are you bringing to the table? Yeah? Yes. So really, the exercise prompt for you is just to, when you have these strong emotions come up, then come back to neutrality. Just come back to yourself. You don't even have to be decision making yet, right? You can start that simple. Just when, rah, 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 I hate this, everything's terrible, rah, rah, rah. Just take the breath and come back to center. That is step one, right? And then once you're a badass at that, once you have mastered coming back to neutrality and creating clarity to know what you want, to then move. Yeah? Is that landing? Oh my gosh. It seems simple. It might sound like, what the heck? That's so easy. But I'm telling you, there's going to be resistance. You're going to have these stories and patterns that come up that you tell yourself. So, the prompt for you will be, what is one story or pattern that you tell yourself that feels murky? Mine is, I'm not good enough, or I don't want to. Those are my two big murky ones that I am constantly working on. They don't pop up as much, but those little cuties, those little parts of me, those little protectors, they come up. So, what is your one inner critic phrase, your story? That's the same thing basically, or a pattern that comes up that you want to change. So when you feel the I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I should do this, whatever comes up, when you feel that, when that happens, I just want you to breathe and come back to yourself and you can say, thank you for coming up, trying to tell me that. I hear you. You're always there. I hear you. You're a part of me. I'm not trying to cut you out. You're here. But, thank you. And I'm going to come back to me. I'm going to check in with me. And I'm going to see what I really, truly desire. And that is standing in your power. So when you're all spun up here, or you're all constricted with I should, or I don't know, or energy, currency, power, currency can't move through you. When you're all spun up and spun out, or all constricted. Yeah? So you have to come back to neutral, come back to breathing, come back to the true you. Stand in it, feel it, ask the question, let it light you up, then move. That is it. This is clarity and power currency. And I freaking love you for going on this journey with me. So excited. That's day one. Yay!